Welcome back to Lucidity Break Podcast. I am the host of this next coming campaign that we will be doing, and it will be run on a system called Red Markets. It is a new system that we're trying out for another podcast group, which the name completely blanks on me, but besides the point. We are going to be basing it off of Fearing the Reaper. It is a personal make from one of us, and we're going to find out how it all goes. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, episode 1 is no longer available. I have no idea what happened, but it is gone. That's about all that we can really give to you at this point. We have 2, whatever, everything else afterwards has been fine. It's just for some reason number 1 got corrupted. I can write it now. I'm going to give you guys a synopsis of what happened in episode 1 because there's not very much that really happened. For our taker group, which is they named themselves the Floaters. Nope, their enclave is called the Floaters. They are called the Green Men. They went through and created out their own community and taker group, and they are running it between Denver, Colorado, and Kansas City. And they're nomadic along I-70 and have some other taker groups around in their system. They have some other enclaves around them, and they have a couple of raider groups as well. They have their imports and exports already set out where they import gasoline and some hired guns while exporting natural gas, ground cloth, and processed pig. The taker group is originally from North Dakota and moved south away from the nuclear fallout that is now Canada. They built a supply cache system along I-70 for resupply and farming, herding pigs and casualties for food and grime industries respectively. They have a leadership system where it's almost like a totem pole. They have the pilots, which are the top of the totem pole. They drive the caravan from Denver to Kansas City. They have the techs and mechanics, which are right below them, who repair cars, airships, whatever else they would use. They have the animal handlers, which have very little use other than taking care of the animals. And then they have what they call the biotechs, which are your average everyday people, farmers or dependents, respectively. And that is how they form their enclave. They have a couple of merchants that are in their system and a couple of job givers whose names are somewhere in here, but I can't find them. And they've taken on their first job, which was going to a possible settlement location that was to the west of Denver, Colorado. It was in the mountains, and they went through the negotiation process with flying colors. They pushed the market back until they got 100% markup with a success on their leadership check at the end. I will really bore you with the details, but they went through, got there with some minor difficulties. There was a couple of zombie landmines, the usual, and loss. But they got there very easily, very little problems here, there, and everywhere. Got there and they found out there is a new strain of the blight, which is the zombie infection, as everyone would call it. In this system, they call them casualties, just because they are very, very watered down with how they talk about the blight. Everyone doesn't want to call them zombies because zombies is kind of scary, so they call them casualties. They got to the area and there was a new form of blight which has white blood instead of the usual black blood. They were completely terrified of it, but the whole place was actually running on electricity still due to a hydroelectric dam that was nearby. After traveling to the dam, they found out that inside the dam there's a white latent who was a Siamese twin. The Siamese partner for this person was actually a casualty, but he couldn't really do much because they were still attached. And that's basically it for what happened in episode 1. Episode 2 will give you a better recap of what happened and everything, so on and so forth. And we hope you're having fun listening to us at Lucidity Break Podcast.